We have our very special guest DJ tonight, DJ Fatfingaz.
Yeah, what's cracking? What's going on, man?
What's up? Welcome to Redhook, my man.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yeah, Brooklyn is in the house.
So you got a lot of shit going on, man.
Yeah, a lot.
Let's talk about it.
Oh man, just today, I could say I went viral. Today, shouts
5 minutes of funk, right?
Yeah, with Hot 97 and Funk Master Flex. Shouts to them. Shouts to Hot 97 family.
How did that feel to go viral?
Man, that was amazing. That was amazing. It's pretty cool.
It's like the phone must be dead, right?
Yeah, it kept dying. It felt like the first time. No, the first time it became a heavy hitter, my phone kept on dying. It couldn't charge because I had so many people texting me.
Yeah.
But this one right over here, like I was able to catch it at the last 10, but it was 60 like 30 minutes ago.
So that just happened recently, the whole heavy hitter thing, right?
Oh yeah, that happened in 2012. Like
okay.
I was put together with Danny S, Quiz, Nice from Jersey, and So Dope, which was formerly known as Spanky. And we collaborated, and it was April 13th. It was Friday the 13th, 2012.
Where's the
I
chain?
remember
You
that
got
day.
the chain?
Yeah, I got the chain right here.
Oh.
The chain's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the chain's dope.
Yeah,
that is nice.
yeah, it's
That's
pretty
good.
cool.
That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So
Thank
I'm
you.
seeing you gigging. I'm seeing your IG,
Yeah.
Snapchat, gigging, right?
Yeah, I'm doing like for the past 2 years, I've been doing a lot of gigs I wanted to do. Not things that like which are atypical. So I'm doing a lot of gigs over in the Lower East Side again. I'm not doing strip clubs, for my reasons. I just want people to dance. I just don't. Like that's just my preference. I come from that culture, from dance culture.
Sure.
So I just don't want to just make money and just be bored. And not to say I'm not taking anything away from that, because other people become excited in those type of environments. But for me to rock a huge crowd, and just make them dance and just like bring them to like different levels and, have them, just explore, with different types of music, like throw a little arm in here and there, and mix it up with some Paul Van Dyke and out of nowhere, and then, take it to some disco, and just mix it all up,
So real open format.
Super open format, depending on the room and depending on the texture of the room, or just even take it to the 90s. A little acid house doesn't hurt nobody.
So speaking of the 90s,
Yeah.
you came up as a vinyl DJ, right?
Yeah, I was a vinyl DJ, but I was listening to everything. My household wasn't predominantly hip hop; it was very much pop. My mom has a strong, disco, dance, pop background. She sings as well too. But how the hip hop came around was just me living in Jamaica, Queens. Like, I didn't live in the South Side. I live in Jamaica Hills, by St. John's University, by this place, Jamaica High School. So I had a little of everything. Like 10 minutes going down. I was over at Jamaica Avenue, where Music Factory is, where the Coliseum block is, where they filmed the Wu-Tang ice cream video. And, rest his soul, Jam Master Jay was shot. And then 10 minutes going west, you're ending up at Donald Trump's mom's house. You know what I mean? And then like going north, you're going to St. John's University. And then when you go south, you're in South Side, and then when you go east, you're going towards Hillcrest High School and all of that. And so
I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about, because my cousins grew up in Queens. They actually lived on Francis Lewis Boulevard and Jamaica Avenue.
oh wow,
So
okay,
I used-
okay.
As a kid, and I know what you're talking about. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just, within a few mile radius, it was like totally
It's
different cultures.
totally
Yeah.
different, yeah. And that's the reason why, like, a lot of people say, oh, Queens is not gangster. Well, I don't condone the gangsterism, like, chill with the violence and all of that. But, Queens cats are strong. Like, they see all these houses and stuff, and they're like, oh, it's so suburban, this and that. But they got busy out there, too. I would never take that away from Queens. It's different than a lot of environments. Of course, Queens, that area is very suburban, coming up in the 70s where people just moved out there. And so, yeah, it wasn't rough like the Bronx. It wasn't rough like Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially like, like in Redhook, like it was one of my favorite wrestlers, Taz, comes from this neighborhood,
Yeah.
So they already knew, and Carmelo Anthony, so they already know. So yeah.
Growing up in Queens, what inspired you to start
DJing,
music? Yeah.
Jamaica Avenue. Tell you the truth, like just having a lot of the reggae culture around me, having a lot of the hip hop culture around me, having Music Factory. We had tons of record stores all around there. We had VP Records, then we had Original Records, you know, all on the same, you know, strip on Jamaica Avenue. So from 171st, and then going the block down, and then you had another record store where Jam Master Jay's studio was at, and then on the Coliseum block you would have Music Dynasty, you know, which competed with Music Factory. And so I had that too, that in the Coliseum, and then Music Factory as well too. So I was always surrounded by music.
So what was it like going record shopping back in those days?
Amazing. You know, I felt like a grown ass man. You know, I felt like, you know, it was so cool to, like, you know, just to pick up a record and you felt immortal. And then on top of this, you know, my uncle, God rest his soul, you know, he passed in, you know, 97. He gave me a lot of his records, or I actually took them. I didn't know I was scratching, but I knew, now that I know better, I should have never scratched on those Santana records, you know? Yeah. So, but being, you know, but growing up around there, and then, like, growing up with DJs right around my block, there was a crew called IBP, Intro Bass Productions, which are predominantly Filipino, and their first generation, you know, immigrants coming over here making, you know, just the American dream. Sure. Same way my mom came too, you know, but they were first. My mom, you know, my mom was first, and she was of course older. You know, I came up and I'm seeing this, and they just loved it. I'm hearing 3 a.m. Eternal by KLF being blasted. I'm like, I need that record.
Yeah, that was a
you
good
know.
record.
So that was, you know, and then having a Run DMC poster, like, up in my room. And which is crazy, because, like, that same poster, I'm just like, wow, like, I'm DJing for Diggy Simmons, and then I see Rev Run, and that's the same, you know, I'm looking at the man that, you know, I'm DJing for his son now. This is bugged out. This is bugged out. So, like, that was my first taste of, like, you know, like, real hip hop, you know, and then going into, like, the vinyl and going into the whole culture of it all, you know. So I thank God for Jamaica Queens for that, and the F Train too, bringing me down to the Lower East Side, bringing me down to 34th Street, you know, hopping the train, you know, going to what you call a Rock and Soul, Manhattan Records, you know, going down to Satellite Records too, going down to Beach Street too. Oh, that's another story right there. That's another story right there. That was just like, that's when you really needed the records. Like, that's like, that was like, to me, that was like, whoa, they had everything. They had all types of reggae, all types of hip hop.
They had a whole reggae room.
Yeah, soundproofed and everything. And shouts to DJ June. Like, I would, like, hum. Like, I'll be on my Al Bundy, and she would know what it was. You know, and it was crazy. You know, shouts to Married with Children.
Yeah.
But, like, I could.
A lot of people came out of Beach Street. Goldfinger was at Beach Street.
Oh, yeah. Total Eclipse on the Executioners.
Yep.
You know, shouts to June, the Scam Artist. There's a lot of cats. Yeah, that's the first place I seen someone, like, really scratch hamster, and that was Goldfinger. Yeah. You know, and shouts to all the hamster DJs out there. Shouts to Yanni, shouts to Cast One, you know. Yeah.
So when did you start taking the art of DJing seriously for like as a career for yourself?
96, when I first saw my name on a flyer, I was just like, damn. And it was a party right behind LaGuardia Community College called Yips. And people thought I was nuts. They were just like, yo, like, how you get into all these parties and you have all these bad Filipino chicks, you know, and all these bad Spanish chicks around you, and, you know, like, what's up? And I was just like, well, come through. And some of them were too chicken to come through, you know. But then, like, at the end of the day, like, they started following me, you know, in high school. But then it jumped from, you know, just doing teen nights, you know, then to doing the Tunnel. And then to doing Speed and then just going to Palladium too, and just, like, it was just little things like that. Like, I got taste of, like, the Palladium at, like, 14, 15, just, like, carrying a crate, but just to immerse myself in there and just look at that environment. Like, I'm 14, like, in a 21 plus environment, super illegal. You know what I mean? Because it was very lax back in the day. You know.
Was that one of your favorite clubs? No,
one of my favorite clubs, honestly, was the Tunnel. Another one was down on the Lower East Side. It was not too far from Cafe Wa. It was actually right around the corner from Cafe Wa.
Was it Life?
No. It was a lounge. It's an underground lounge, and those parties, they turn into like these crazy underground parties where it felt like one big cookie jam, like from 10 to 4. And so it was a lot of reggae, a lot of hip hop, a lot of cool people all around, a lot of the Lower East Side girls over there, like a lot of the Queens girls, a lot of the Uptown girls.
Was
like
it in a
the trendy
downstairs
girls.
place?
Yeah.
Was it called Asylum Lounge?
I believe, Asylum, yeah, there we go.
I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
spot. Yeah, that
and
spot used to
then-
get good. I used to go there a lot.
And then there's the same place, like where they have LPR, it was called Village Gate as well too. Yeah, that place in that floor still bounces, which is nuts. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's where a lot of my grassroots came from, like anywhere under 59th Street down, and then 14th Street down. But I never stayed in Queens. Like I've always partied in the city.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you ever get into production at all?
I did with the New York Hitmen. Shouts to Hitman Billy. He was helping me out, and his mans as well too. Like the whole crew, like they helped me out, and I had a couple of pieces off on Crooklyn Clan, and it was pretty dope. I remixed Love Lockdown with Jimi Hendrix. Little crazy,
Mashups?
crazy mashups, and I try to experiment with some big room joints that I did. I forgot, it's just a while. That was like 08, 09. Yeah, and I stopped, and I wanted to pursue more, into radio and the clubs, and so like that was my passion, and just going forward, just to manhandle these clubs.
So how do you stay focused with music?
Listen to the kids. You got to listen to the kids. Kanye said something so iconic. He said, "Listen to the kids, bro," and he's right. And I thought about it, like look at Lear Cohen, how he started with LL, a lot of the early artists like Jazzy T, and so forth, like the early sign-ons, and then like the way he just molded himself, like he had DMX around him, he had so many other cats, and then now he's with Young Thug with 300 Entertainment. You got to keep your spirit young. Even this guy right over here, Quincy Jones, like he did stuff with Ray Charles, and like he's executive producing scores for 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Like that's amazing. So what do you have to do in order for you to do that? You have to just listen to the kids, because a lot of people, like when they become older,
They get stuck.
yeah, they get super stuck. I never want to be like Mr. Witherspoon from House Party, talk about Public Enema. I refuse, hell no. So you always got to recreate yourself, and a lot of people, are calling like the new age trap mumble music, mumble rappers. No, if anything, take shots at DOS Effects. Look at yourself. They were being thrown under the bus, and a lot of other cats were being thrown under the bus. And like a lot of people fail to realize that the way they're judging the kids, they were judged like that too. So don't do that. So you got to listen to the kids. Shouts to Kanye.
Listen to the kids, bro.
Yeah, listen to. I'm gonna get that tattooed. I swear, I'm gonna definitely get that tattooed on my arm. And just remember, just listen to the kids, and that'll keep you longevity. Like that's your Peter Pan right there.
So talk about a little bit what it's like to be down with the heavy hitters, because it's not like being signed to an agency. It's more like a family type.
Yeah,
of thing.
it's I feel like oh man, it's like a knighthood. It's I feel like I'm certain, like Sir Elton John, and so forth, and Sir Paul McCartney. It feels like that. It's a fraternity, and shouts to all the ladies out there, the sorority as well too. Beverly Bond, Laura Stiles, Lady S, and so forth. And
How often do the heavy hitters, do you guys get together a lot?
yeah, once a year we have our retreats.
DR, right?
Yeah, DR, be Houston, we'll be in Miami. We had it there last year. We had a lot of rappers out there who blew up this year, actually, like Fresher, came through. He's just indie, and I think he was just beginning with 300, and he came through, and a year later, look at him now. Like another kid named Yali, who signed, let me see, I forgot the Damn, this is bad. I forgot the record label, but they're so good to me. Shouts to Ghazi, shouts to Brian. Sorry, I haven't slept. I have not slept. My phone has been blowing up, since the 5 Minutes of Funk. A lot of people, Rural Ride has been hitting me up. A lot of my people over in Asia, a lot of my people over in Europe, and a lot of people who I've never met in my life, blowing up my DMs, hitting me up, finding my email. Just contacting me through Twitter, and I'm just humbled right now.
How's your social media game?
My social media game is pretty cool. People call me the selfie god, but I'm just trying to take look at what's behind me through my eyes. I'm not a narcissist or anything like that. I don't think full of myself. I'm confident, but I'm not cocky like that. I'm chubby, but I know I'm cute and shit. But
And you're a great DJ.
Yeah, I'm a musician. Yeah, I love the word DJ, but like as far as like it all, like I feel like I'm more of a musician because of the turntablism, and then also studying the art of the mix and understanding like different textures of like how to play different rooms and everything else, and just how to freak different things. Like with reggae, you turn up a different way than you would do with disco, so. Yeah. So I see myself more as an artist, but yes, I'm a DJ.
So what was, going to throw you a curveball question.
Go ahead.
Worst experience you've ever had as a DJ?
Damn, let me see. Worst experience. Let me see. I almost got shot, I tried to break up a party, almost got shot.
That's a pretty bad experience.
That was a horrible experience, I was on my like my public enemy, like stop the violence. I almost got shot. It was crazy. I was just trying to stop a fight. I was just tired of it, and I'm not a problematic guy, and I just got caught up in the wrong house party back in the day. I was young, and that was the worst. And I vowed to myself I'll never get into any type of trouble like that, because it's not, it's not good, for your own soul or for your people all around you. Yeah. And especially like your parents, like shit's real out there. That thug shit. You gotta. I'm about the music. I'm about the music. I'm not a pussy or anything, but I'm about the music. Yeah. Mhm. Exactly.
So you got something planned for us?
I'm just gonna take it from the top of the head. I have you guys told me that I could just play anything I want, and I could just vibe. And we were just talking about how we used to be at home on a Tuesday, so I may just take it, to that area like of electro, like when AM was coming up doing his, banana split joints, and a lot of the mashups were, popping. So I'm just gonna go into that era real quick. I may switch up, take it onto some Lyra Levan. I'm just thinking about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some Paradise Garage. I may just take it there, and I just want to play in a fast BPM. I just want to have some fun, just cut it up a little bit. May just feel a little, like Bad Boy Billish here and there. I would definitely want to take it retro. I don't want to play anything new. If I do, it's gonna probably be some new trap that a lot of people has not heard. And I got a new mix coming out on the Hot 97 app. Where Hip Hop Lives at. That's what it's called now. And they're in conjunction with all the MS channels. Shouts to, PJ from Power 106. I'm gonna be on the new app too. I'm gonna have a new mix that's out. I have a lot of new artists that I've been working with, and a lot of new songs that I've been finding on the gram and on the net, and putting it together right then and there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a mixture of a lot of stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, appreciate you coming down, taking the time out to rock with us.
I had to. This is the breath of fresh air right over here.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna take a 2-minute break. We're gonna get Fatfingaz up on the turntables.
Right up.
Peace.